The precious necklace. In a time long past, during the Stone Age, there lived a tribe known as the Brave of the Forest. They were named so because they were indeed braver compared to other tribes, but they were renowned for another thing. They knew how to craft jewelry like no one else could. They mainly made necklaces, bracelets, pendants, and amulets from various materials, worn by both women and men. The women's jewelry differed slightly from what the men wore. However, they were often richer, more decorative than the men's, and made from less durable, more delicate materials such as shells and fine bones. The men's ornaments were somewhat simpler, meant to reflect their status as warriors or hunters, and the materials used were intended to command respect. The precious necklace I will tell you about today was such a necklace that commanded respect from anyone who wore it. That's why the people of the tribe took great care of it, and it was passed down from father to son. It belonged to a family skilled in crafting beautiful jewelry, and this necklace was the most special of all they had ever made. It was finely crafted, but not overly decorative. It was made from pieces of marble, which were carefully perforated and polished, but it also had deer antlers among the marble beads and teeth from other animals living in the area. But besides the necklace's beauty, it had another magical power. Anyone who wore it not only gained respect from others, but also never came to harm if they ever fought with people from another tribe, and during hunting, they were never killed or injured by animals, as often happened during those times. That's why this necklace was mainly worn by men, who took great care of it. It was usually worn by the eldest son in the family, the one who hunted the most, and in the evening, it was placed in a specially crafted ceramic vessel made just for this necklace, so that during sleep, no deer antler or marble bead would break, and anyway, it wasn't a comfortable necklace to sleep with. In one fateful night, this enchanted necklace vanished. No one saw it. No one knew anything about it. A great commotion erupted among the people, suspicions shifting from one to another as they searched high and low, scouring every dwelling in the tribe, but to no avail. The eldest boy, who had last worn it, was devastated beyond words. He knew for certain he had placed it beside him as he slept, in the ceramic vessel, yet come morning, it was nowhere to be found. How could he not have awakened when the necklace was taken? He never slept deeply. It was his habit to stir at the slightest noise. He couldn't fathom how such a thing could have happened. Day and night, he thought only of the necklace, until even at night he dreamed of it. One night, he dreamed that a giant bear had stolen the necklace from him. As soon as he woke up in the morning, he went into the forest to search for the necklace. The forest was dense and frightening. Here he had to face the dangers of nature, encounter wolves, and be attacked by a bear, but he escaped with his life, yet the necklace was nowhere to be found. On another night, he dreamed that the necklace was in a deep cave. When he woke up, he took a torch and went to the nearby caves in search of the necklace. It was even more terrifying here. He was alone, and the caves were immense, with all sorts of unexpected challenges. Sometimes his torch went out, sometimes he didn't know how to find his way out of the cave, sometimes he heard terrifying noises from animals he had no idea about. All the horror stories he had heard in childhood about evil spirits that wanted to kill people who entered caves came to his mind. So it was a frightening experience, and only his courage helped him not to die of fear there. However, he didn't find the necklace there either. On another night, he dreamed that the necklace was underwater, somewhere on the edge of the lake, but in the water. The boy, as soon as he woke up, ran to the lake, threw himself into the water, which was cold as ice, and started swimming all along the edge of the lake. The lake was large. He had a lot of swimming to do to check the entire shore of the lake, all around, but he did it. He came out of the water from time to time to warm up a little in the sun, then he went back. By evening, he finished checking the entire shoreline of the lake, but the necklace was not there either. On another night, he dreamed that his necklace was in a ruined, abandoned dwelling located on the territory of a rival tribe. He knew the place well, but it was dangerous to enter without being invited by someone. They could even kill him, thinking he had malicious intentions. Nevertheless, he went there to search for his lost necklace. He didn't go there during the day, but at night, to avoid being seen by anyone. He was clever. He managed to check the place without being seen, but on his way home, he was attacked by a pack of wolves. They surrounded him. There were about 15 to 20 wolves, and they growled horribly at him. There was one that approached him more than the others, ready to bite him, and it was just a matter of time before they all jumped on him. But he was smart. He knew that if 20 wolves jumped on him, he wouldn't stand a chance of surviving. Luckily, he had a stick with him, but with that stick, he didn't hit the wolves. If he had hit one, they would all jump on him. Instead, he spun it around him to keep them at a certain distance, slowly, with calm movements, and he began to speak to them in a soft voice. He talked and talked and talked. It didn't matter what he said, just to convey to the wolves a sense of calm. And that's how it was. The wolves seemed hypnotized by his gentle voice. They calmed down, and slowly they moved away one by one from him. And he continued his journey home. The boy returned home completely exhausted. He went to bed, and again he dreamed of the enchanted necklace. This time he dreamed it was at the top of a gigantic tree, one that would take a person 3 days to climb, like in fairy tales, or as tall as a baobab tree. But in the morning, to his family's surprise, he didn't go anywhere. When they asked him what he dreamed and why he wasn't going to search for the necklace, he replied that he had been deceived by his dreams 4 times, and he would never believe in dreams again as long as he lived. Dreams are dreams, and reality is reality. And so, he went outside, whistling, and wandered wherever his feet took him. He needed a day of rest after so many failed attempts to find the enchanted necklace. The boy wandered into a breathtaking meadow, blanketed with vibrant wildflowers in every color imaginable. The air was filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms, and butterflies danced gracefully from flower to flower. The gentle rustling of leaves and the distant song of birds created a serene and enchanting atmosphere. He sat down on a large stone and suddenly heard an interesting conversation in the distance. A thin, chirping voice was trying to convince a fuller, more resonant voice to accept a beautiful and unique gift. The thin voice was telling its friend that it had brought the most beautiful adornment ever seen, a necklace made of imperishable seeds, and was trying to persuade the other that whoever wore that necklace would become the most handsome elephant in the world. Meanwhile, the boy slowly walked towards the place from where the sounds were coming. I think you've guessed which necklace of imperishable seeds the thin voice was talking about. Reaching the spot, the boy witnessed an emotional scene. A small bird was just giving the magical necklace as a gift to a young elephant, who in turn was about to give the bird a heart he had made from a large red leaf, tied with a long, beautiful, velvet-like ribbon. When they noticed the boy, started a conversation with him, unaware of the whole story of the necklace, that it actually belonged to the boy. They were so cheerful that they told the boy their whole life story. The young elephant and the bird had been friends for some time, and had decided to celebrate their friendship. Each tried to give the other the most beautiful thing they could, with the bird believing that the most beautiful thing was the necklace made of seeds that never spoil, as a symbol of their eternal friendly love. What could the boy tell them? Ruin their joy? He didn't say anything, went back home, and went to bed without telling anyone. That night, however, he had a beautiful dream. A beautiful girl appeared in his dream and said to him,
"Don't be sad anymore about the necklace. That necklace was made to protect you from wild animals and to make you strong and perseverant in your work and battles, so that no one could defeat you to be wise and good. You lost this necklace, but in searching for it, you became brave, strong, perseverant, and wise. You learned not to believe in your dreams and became good. What more could you want? Now, without the necklace, you know everything, and no one can ever take your skill away. Cheer up and don't think about the necklace anymore."
When he woke up in the morning, he was the happiest boy in the whole village. No one knew why, but from that day on, he had a joy like no one else in their village. If anyone ever asked him about dreams, he would always tell them not to believe in dreams. However, if a dream brings great peace to the soul, that dream should not be forgotten. Besides virtues, he also gained the friendship of an innocent little bird, who had no idea the enchanted necklace belonged to someone, and the friendship of a sweet elephant, with whom he often met afterwards since they lived nearby. In the end, the boy's life was richer and fuller because of the lessons he learned and the friends he made along the way. The enchanted necklace, now a symbol of his journey, remained a cherished memory. He lived happily, sharing his wisdom and joy with his tribe, forever changed by his adventures. Now that you've heard the story of the necklace, I ask you, what name do you think would suit the boy?
The story and characters are fictional, but it would be interesting to discuss the boy's attitude, whether it was right or not for him not to take back the necklace from the bird. Historical truths are as follows. In the Stone Age, people crafted ornaments from various materials such as stone, marble, shells, bones, animal teeth, and even metals in the later stages of the era. Ornaments were worn by both women and men, often with women's being more decorative. Wearing jewelry often had symbolic, spiritual, or social status significances, and it was a common practice in many prehistoric cultures.